Hello, world. Patricia O'Connor and Frida Darcy here today on the Bonsai Balcony. My little sidekick, Frida, is hanging out on the couch. It's taken her a minute to realize that we are rolling. I kind of snuck one in on her. If I go back over to where she is on the couch, it's so dark in the house that my f-stop on this camera will adjust for that, and then we'll come back out here and won't be able to see anything. Here she is. Today on the Bonsai Balcony, we are battening down the hatches. Y'all have heard me go on about our weather a time or two, and that's not without good reason. This area where I live in California, for years and years and years, the weatherman would have a hard time getting a lot of attention because the last thing people mostly needed to know here was what was going on weather-wise. You could say sunny and fair once and probably play that in recording on your weather report most of 365 days a year. But the last couple of years it started to get interesting. We started to see a lot of rain. We started to see a few days that looked more like what I remember in New Orleans, frankly, than our sunny and fair kind of thing here. So what I've had to do, given how often our weather reports are accurate, they'll call for a lot of rain and maybe somewhere in the Bay Area they will get exactly what they're calling for. But a lot of times what I see is I don't get in rainfall what they say we're going to get. And it's a little down here, like whenever you were in school as a kid and they would announce snow days and you were hoping and then they didn't come. People were a little bit like that, I think, maybe about rain events. Or maybe that's just me. I'm like that about rain events. It's like, ooh, it's raining. That's so interesting. I mean, I love sunny blue days, but this is cool too. It's nice for a change, so to speak. So what they're actually saying is that we are in for a real attention-getting situation. Now, if I were to react based on how often they're accurate, I wouldn't do nearly enough in preparation for what they say that we are up against. Now, given all of that, I would never risk my collection of trees on that. What they're actually saying is on the coast, we can expect to see between 45 and 70 mile an hour gusts. So naturally, nothing that's that close to the rail that doesn't weigh just is a hernia to move would have a chance against that. So I've begun to bring things in from the rail area, and I'm debating on whether or not to move the oaks, and I will move both of the pines. I won't be moving the cypress. I will clear out most of this area, and all of those smaller trees will just fill the area behind me. The light that you see now went off about 10-15 minutes ago, actually, which just a little after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It looks much later, but that's what's coming. What they are saying that we are going to get is another little atmospheric river. And whereas I might take what they say, given their record, with a grain of salt, I do know how to understand the mechanics of weather. And what we have just a few miles offshore out that way is a very, very, very large, intensive storm brewing up quickly. It's escalating very quickly. And where I am is dead center, like ground zero of a low pressure system. And it doesn't take a lot to figure. You don't have to be the greatest meteorologist in the world to realize what that means. Out of all the times that they were probably wrong, this isn't one of them. If we get half the winds that they say we're going to get, at least a couple of the times out of all the times they say that we're going to get them, then that will be enough to move and shift things around. So Like I said, those guys will get moved. These guys, if they don't get moved, will probably get tied down. Of course, that wisteria sitting there in that little round pot, that would frisbee so fast. All those little pondos that I haven't brought in yet before I started shooting, all of those little pondos will come in, as is those pines. That wisteria over there in that large lotus pot, that can probably hang. These guys are so close to the wall that they can probably hang. And the cypress trees aren't going anywhere. Otherwise, we are, this is something that I normally wouldn't be overly concerned with. If I had a bonsai garden now, I would go out in my back garden and I would be bringing my trees down off of their monkey poles. In fact, if I had about this many trees, I would wait another hour or so until dark to do that. If I had a bunch of them, then I would have started earlier in the day doing that to make sure I got done. But yeah, and what we have coming in, we'll start tonight at midnight, and this is midnight Saturday night. Midnight Saturday night will probably find us listening to this go on while we're streaming, or not streaming, but while we're taping another video. By the way, I did a video on this Japanese black pine, my 17-year from seed. I'm not going to dwell on it. I don't want to do that show over again, but I've been trying to upload it for going on 2 days now, and I've had to start over. Just like you look at it, and 4 hours later, it's at the same percentage. It never uploaded anything, and then we'll lose internet, and then it'll say, "Oops, something went wrong," and then you have to start over. So I've been trying to upload that little gem, and all the while I'm watching my view hours go. If you stop doing stuff, you get it. Everything that you have posted, everybody has seen, and that little boost that you were noticing in your view hours kind of settles down, and that's not what we want to do. We like to keep climbing and growing. So it's kind of what you've been seeing on my last videos is me saying what I've learned to do on those. On rainy days, what I basically learned is to try to drive myself less crazy and enjoy the rainy days. You know, just put your bathrobe on, make some hot cocoa, enjoy a little grilled cheese sandwich and some soup, and then watch the rain come down. As opposed to going out here and shooting something and then going in there and trying to upload it and spending 3 days trying to upload it, because that same weather affects my computer worse than it affects me. And just, you know, and at the same time I'm watching hours and ratings and all that other stuff take a dive, and it stresses me out if I want to look at it that way. What I should probably look at it is like a well-deserved break and enjoy the weather for what it is. And screw those hours. They're not anything personal. They will line themselves back out as things start warming up and things start greening up. We will see a surge in hours without all of that hullabaloo. So that's kind of what's going on there, and that's kind of what's going on with our shooting schedule, and that's kind of what's going on with our weather. But man, I would say still taking this with a grain of salt, but that's kind of denial. I mean, what I know about the mechanics of weather, it's not hard to figure. When you look at the weather radar, the infrared radar shows that the storm is just quickly gearing up, and it's just it's in between us and Hawaii, and it's bigger than both of us. So that's rapidly developing, and they showed that the Bay Area was directly in the center of the low pressure system. So, you know, guess what's coming our way? And that is scary sighting. I think we're almost ready. I think by the time this happens, we will be ready. And if there's anything to show you, I'm not going to be able to show you, because if I point this camera out on that balcony and that with that weather, you will be able to see a couple of raindrops hit us coming straight on from the wind, but you won't be able to see the wind. I hope my biggest bonsai tree, meaning the pine tree that actually belongs to the apartment, I hope that guy fares well. Yeah, I hope our trees fare well. I hope wherever you are, you are faring well. We've had, I've seen our little country put some people through some cold spells and some blizzard snaps here as of late. And I hope that wherever you are enjoying your weather, and that you're warm and cozy and stuff. Spring is right around the corner. It's February 3rd. Those anime fans will remember the original Ghost in the Shell series from like the early 90s. The episodes that were dealing with the character called the Laughing Man Capers. The day that that futuristic program started was September 3rd, 2024. So today would have been in the anime world. Today would have been that day that they were writing or that they were cartooning about or animeing about back in 1994 on Ghost in the Shell. Just a little trivia there. Like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. Most of our stuff will be more bonsai oriented and less weather and cartoons. But I'm just kind of taking what they're giving us. What they're giving us right now is a really weird weather event. It's scary, exciting, and we're going to see how it plays out together. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you. Frida appreciates you. If I haven't already said this, like and subscribe if you haven't already. That helps us out. And thank you so much for watching.